low belly. And then imagine that you're a puppet and there's a string from the crown of your head, and lift up from the crown of your head as you inhale. And as you exhale, feel the breath again. So exhale through the nose, feel the through the hips, and you can kind of root down through the hips. Maybe get any little wiggles out. And you can get those wiggles out with a sigh. And then take your shoulders straight up. Inhale. And hold your breath. And then take the tips of the shoulders back. Keep holding the breath. And then exhale and squeeze down. Shoulder blades squeeze down, drag down. And then take a big inhale. Hold your breath, take the shoulders straight up, straight back, squeeze them together as you drag down. And then go for one more on your own. See how high you can take the shoulders and how much you can pinch that upper back as you squeeze and drag down, taking your elbows in. And then take the soles of your feet together. And look down at your feet, fan all 10 toes. And then take your fingertips back, either beside or behind the hips. And see about that lift now of the rib cage. And exhale, pulling the belly back. So we're gonna go for 100 rounds of Kapalabhati. And Violet, this might be really weird for you. So you're gonna exhale through the nose, exhale, exhale, exhale. And the inhale kind of happens natural. So we'll go inhale halfway and then, and you can take, exhale belly back 100 times, and then forward into an Uddiyana, which is exhaling to empty, pulling belly in and up. And while you guys do that, I'm just gonna check to see if we lost Ellen. Make sure she didn't get lost. It's so frustrating. I'd like to avoid that if possible. So everyone inhale together. Exhale together. Halfway. And then sharply exhale through your nose, pull belly back. Good. And tuck your chin a little, Violet, so the back of your neck is long. And then a big inhale. And exhale out through the mouth. All the way to empty. Lock the air out. So don't breathe. Back up towards the spine and up and towards the ribs. So you're trying to look super starved. Releasing the belly, then the breath, and stay in that fold. You can kind of wiggle a little, Virginia. Walk your hands a little bit farther forward and reach your chest forward. And then long back of the neck. So you're wanting that line of energy, prana, breath, chi, moving through the back of the neck. Exhale again into Uddiyana, pulling belly in and up, and then reaching the sternum farther forward. And then press the soles of the feet together. The hips are involved. Release the belly, then the breath. That'll prevent it. And then walk your hands back. We'll stretch the left leg out, right foot ankle crosses over left thigh for a shoelace. And a little bit of warm up in the shoulders, just a half shoelace, left leg out, spread through the toes. You can barely see the toes there. And take your right arm out for unlocking the shoulders, reach through the whole arm. Like you're trying to reach something and then pull the shoulder back and then drag the shoulder blade down. And bend at the elbow, left hand on that inner elbow. The elbow, elbow into hand. Dragging the shoulder blade down. So these are actually the hand. So it's not so much here. It's the muscles that are wrapping around the ribs, attaching the arms to the ribs. So you want to do handstands. You get real strong in serratus. So elbow into hand, hand into elbow, drag the shoulder blade down. And reach that right arm straight up now for half archer. And then do that same thing where you reach and the shoulder you're stretching in the joint. And then drag the arm bone back in towards the joint. So pulling the shoulder blade down and then bend at the elbow. So left hand now rests on that right elbow. Reach the elbow up by lifting up through the sternum. So I sometimes see people really rounded and kind of forcing the elbow up, but more, take an inhale and lift up the ribs, the sternum, kind of that bra strap zone. And you can let your head rest on that right arm. So reach up with the elbow, not the shoulder. And kind of feel the difference again of that plugging in of the shoulder. And then open up your mouth. You can make weird shapes with your mouth or like vowel shapes, A-E-I-O-U. Or lions. And then inhale your arms out to the side. One round of kite hawk. So palms face forward, kind of feel those shoulder blades move down again like shoulder shrugs. And then rotate the palms forward, palms down, palms back, let the shoulders round forward. Upper back can round, and then open up again, palms face forward, big inhale, pinch the shoulder blades together, breathe through front of the body, front chest, and then exhale, left over right, eagle arms. And I really like in warm-ups and eagle warm-ups to round like cat and cow. And little side bends. Helps me to open up through the ribs and kind of find the places where that needs to happen. So you can start the first breath or two with those little wiggles and then come into the pose. Trying to be still with your breath. Still just with your breath. Feeling the upper back fill up as you inhale, back the neck by tucking chin. And exhale, squeeze the elbows together, reach them forward. Drag shoulder blades down. And inhale, take your arms up, reach up, just roll up the wrists. And one more thing here with a twist. So left hand down, about a foot out from the left hip. Let your left ear relax to your left shoulder for a moment here. Reach right hip down. And then exhale, twist towards your foot. You can have your hand on that right foot or forearm. If you're feeling a little bit more flexible today, maybe even the tricep or the elbow. And then be still for the next 2 to 3 breaths, depending on the length of your breath. And reaching out through that left heel, left foot, spread toes. Nice. And then just a little mini Uddiyana, not holding as long as you can, but exhale, pull the belly back. So back and then up. And then releasing the belly breath, get an inhale, feeling the ribs now expand as you inhale. And then walk your torso back up. And stretch your right leg out. You can do a little wind shift. Hands to a tender point, maybe that's your thighs or knees. And then left leg. You want the ankle, the weight of the ankle outside of the knee. Just gonna angle my camera a little bit. Angle it so it doesn't fall forward. So the ankle's a little outside of the thigh, as if it was outside like that. So reach out through the right heel. As we go into the second side, just notice anything different, anything that kind of lights up. You can think of each of these poses as, you know, giving you the ability to see a little deeper into your body. Reach out through the right heel again. Reach the left thigh forward and down. And unlocking the shoulders. Left arm out. You can reach out through the fingertips and then pull the shoulder blade back and down. Bend at the elbow. And then press hand into elbow, elbow into hand, but keep the shoulder blade down. So the serratus anterior muscles I was talking about earlier kind of are like fingertips underneath the armpits or fingers gripping the ribs. Really important for that shoulder stability, but also into your arms, into your shoulders, into your limbs. So that diaphragmatic breathing, or when I say the IAP breath, like in abs, we're going to breathe into upper back, spread through the fingertips. It moves that internal energy out to the limbs. So all those unlocking the shoulders. That looks great, Violet. And then reach the left arm straight up. Feel that same thing through the, stretching through the armpit and then plugging it back in. So in a downward dog, both shoulder blades are down the back. Bend at the elbow, right hand on that left elbow. For half archer. Close your eyes and just notice if anything feels a little different. And lift up a little bit more through sternum. And let your head rest onto the left arm. Soften the jaw. Even here, a little wiggle, a little side bend, pressing the ribs to the side. Nice. And then sigh, right heel reaching forward. Inhale the arms out to the side. Again, kite hop, squeeze the tips of the shoulders together and down. And then open up with a big breath through the front of the body. What does that even feel like? A breath through the front of the body. And then take your palms down, back and around, letting the shoulders round forward. Even pulling belly in. And then palms come back forward, palms up, pinkies up. And then arms come, so palms face forward. And then right over left for eagle arms. Then a little side bend wiggle. If that feels good to you. All this, you're kind of exploring your own body and what feels good. If it hurts, don't do it. If it hurts, you can back out of the pose and then just breathe more. Squeezing the elbows together, reaching them forward. And then remember that core and low belly. Next exhale, just pull your belly back. And then inhale, with that tucked, slight tucked chin back up into the back of the skull. Like that puppet, lift up from the crown of the head and then exhale. Feel the breath move down through the hips. And inhale, release your arms. So last one here, you can roll out your wrists. Right hand down beside the right hip. You can reach up with that left arm, right in your right shoulder. Left hip reaches down. Inhale, and then exhale, twist towards your foot. Reaching the ribs through the arms. So you're reaching up still through sternum. And exhale, press the left hip down. Go into your own body for the next 2 breaths. I feel a lot on this side. So if I was in my own practice, I would slow down the breath to hear even more, to get a little bit more subtle in everything, even the breath. Lengthening the breath in and out. You can little mini Uddiyana to finish up. Releasing the belly, then the breath. Torso comes back up. Stretch your left leg out. Windshield wiper your legs. And lay down on your back. So have your block handy. And we got her, yay. It's just checking to make sure we didn't lose you, okay. Or you get lost. It's like the most frustrating thing. It's like a locked door, going to a meeting and the door is locked. Okay, lay down on your back, legs straight up over the hips. Roll out your ankles. And bend your knees. Stack the knees above the hips and then spread out through the toes. Imagine that you are pressing your feet into a wall. So you don't need a wall, just imagine a press. So take an inhale. And then just a little press into an imaginary wall. Curl the pubic bone to the navel. Feel your back on the mat or where it's not on the mat. And take your hands to the tops of the thighs. Now inhale into the back. We're feeling where it is, where it isn't. And as you exhale, you can press your hands now into the tops of the thighs. Pubic bone to navel. And then just take a couple breaths or moments here to press down. So exaggerate the press where you don't normally feel your spine press down. You can even clasp your hands behind the head and the neck and lift your head if that zone is more shoulder blades. So your spine is meant to have that curve. We're just feeling for pressing all parts of the spine down. Go ahead and come back down. Reach your legs straight up over your hips again. And then set your feet down. Clasp your hands behind the head and the neck. We're going to point your elbows up towards the ceiling. We're going to start with the elbow to knee with the feet down. Oh, big inhale. Feel your back fill up like it was a balloon. Really slow inhale. Hold the breath. Press the low back down and then exhale and lift your head and neck with left foot, elbows towards left thigh. Pull the belly muscles down. Spread the left toes. And then set the head down, set the foot down. Inhale. So slow down the breath. Hold the breath. Press the low back down. Exhale. Lift head and shoulders. Lift right foot. Pull the belly muscles away from the thigh. Set the right foot down. Inhale. Hold the breath. Press the low back down. Now exhale. Lift left foot. Elbows towards left thigh. Press right foot down. Pull the belly down. Keep the head and shoulders up. Set the left foot down. Inhale. Hold the breath, press the low back down, exhale, elbows towards right thigh. Pull the belly muscles down. And then set the head down, right foot down, big inhale. We'll go straight up with the leg, inhale. Hold the breath, lift the left foot, left leg straight up, and then exhale, lift head and shoulders straight up towards ceiling. Pull the belly down, away from that left thigh. And then set the head down, set the foot down, inhale. Hold the breath, lift the right foot as your breath is held, and then exhale, lift head and shoulders up. Pull the belly down away from that thigh. And then set the head down. You can move the hands. We're gonna do a little press, same hand, same thigh, and then switch. Inhale, these are like creeper abs. They creep up on you. Big inhale, upper back. Hold the breath, lift the foot with the breath held, and then exhale, left hand, left thigh. Press hand into thigh, thigh into hand, pull the belly down. Set the left foot down, inhale. Hold the breath, lift the right foot, right hand, right thigh, pull the belly down. Now feel that press of the spine in, pull the ribs down, everything pulls in, pour in. Set the right foot down, inhale. Hold the breath, lift the left foot, left hand, left foot, pull the belly down. Drag the thigh up. Set the left foot down, inhale. Hold the breath, anchor the left foot down, lift right foot, right hand, right thigh, drag the belly down. Pull the ribs in, so we're gonna cross and then add from there. Set the right foot down, inhale. Hold the breath, lift the left foot, now right hand, left thigh. Pull the belly down, pull the ribs in. Set the left foot down, inhale. So we just changed which muscles. Inhale, hold the breath, lift the right foot, left hand, right. Now we're doing the obliques, the sides of the core. It's like not just one set of muscles, pull the belly down. And then set the right foot down, just take a little breath. Then lift your feet. So we're gonna do one where the leg goes straight up, and then like a diagonal, your hand will be on the thigh, and then you're gonna drop the heel down. Now, if that hurts at all, you can try internally rotating the right thigh before dropping it down. So if it feels a little weak, you can also just, lower it, pull belly down. You don't have to go all the way down. And we'll do one leg each. Okay, clasp your hands behind the head and the neck. And if you don't want to lift your head, Helen, you're going to take your left hand and press it into your left thigh as you do that. Otherwise, hands clasped behind head and neck. Inhale, curl head and shoulders up. Press the low back down. Exhale, elbows towards left thigh, right leg straight up. Pull the belly muscles down. And then head and shoulders come back to center. Inhale, bend right knee. Hold the breath, press the low back down. Exhale, elbows towards the left. Reach out through the right thigh, pull the belly down. And then head and shoulders back to center, bend the right knee. Inhale, hold the breath, press the low back down, and then drop the right heel down. So you can internally rotate, drop the right heel down as you pull the belly down. The right leg comes up, inhale. Hold the breath, press the low back down, exhale, left leg straight up, elbows towards right thigh, pull the belly down, bend the left knee, inhale, hold the breath, press the low back down, now reach through left leg at a diagonal, 45 degrees, pull the belly down, bend the left knee, inhale, hold the breath, press the low back down, and then drop the left heel down. Internally rotating would be taking the left shin, left ankle out to the left before dropping the heel down. Pull the belly down. And then bring up the left leg. Inhale. Hold the breath. Curl 45-degree angle, straight up elbow to knee, elbows towards the left. Hold the belly down. Bend the right knee, inhale. Hold the breath, press the low back down, elbows towards the right thigh, extend left leg. Pull the belly down. Bend the left knee, inhale. Hold the breath, press the low back down, exhale. Right leg straight up. Now inhale again. Press the left foot forward another inch, reach up with the right thigh, pull the belly down. Bend the right knee, inhale. Hold the breath, press the low back down, exhale, extend left leg straight up. Flex the foot, reach up with the left heel, inhale again. And exhale, right foot goes forward and pull the belly down. And then one more each side. Your harder one, or we're going to drop the heel down. So inhale, you can repeat one of those. Hold the breath, press the low back down. Right heel drops down, pull the belly down. And then lift the right foot, inhale. Hold the breath, press the low back down. Left heel drops down, pull the belly down. Lift the left foot, lower the head down. I missed the sigh. Imagine your size. Legs straight up over the hips. We're not done. Cross your left thigh over your right. And just 2 rounds on each side of twisted root abs. You're going to take your hands on tops of your thighs. Spread out through the toes. Imagine even that right foot like it's pressed into a wall. Hands on the left thigh, inhale. And exhale, squeeze the thighs together, drag the thighs up and pull the belly down. And then inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze thighs, drag thighs up with your hands, pull the belly down. And then undo your legs, do the other side. Switch out your hands, whichever one was on top. Pose as if you're pressing into a wall. You're going to drag the thighs up with your hands and squeeze them together. So inhale. And exhale, drag the thighs up and squeeze the thighs together. Pull the belly down. Notice your jaws clenching. One more, you can stick out your tongue, lion's breath, or that long, slow, steady nose exhale. Pull the belly down. Okay, release. Woo. Roll out your ankles, set your feet down. Bridge. So bridge with a block if you have it, if you don't. So some people were using very interesting items, like a jug, a vinegar jug, or a shoebox, or a toy microwave we saw before class, Ellen. So they all grabbed something. If you don't have a block, a foam roller is really nice, and it's a nice height. Into bridge. If you want to work your glutes a little bit more, walk your feet farther away from your sit bones, from your butt. Curl pubic bone and navel. Press your hips up. Breath moving into the ribs as you inhale. And then imagine that energy going down through the belly, hips, shooting out through the thighs and knees. Spread through the toes. Nice, Helen. Okay, we're going to go into some leg variations depending on what you have. So Helen, it might be nice to squeeze one knee at a time in towards your chest on that foam roller. Or with a block, Charlotte, you can reach one leg straight up in the air. Yeah. That whole left thigh. And then point and flex your foot. And we're going to come into a half Virasana if you would like. So you can keep the left leg straight up, keep pressing the right foot down, or bend the left knee now. And as if you were, I need to actually for the left foot. And then you pull, I'm just going to show on this right side. So your hands reach for the foot, and then you curl your toes underneath. Just for demonstration's sake, I'll stay on the right. Curling your pubic bone to navel, and then pressing the standing bridge leg down, curling pubic bone to navel. So, didn't talk too much about what I was intending for class today, but this is basically it. Like, we're reversing that usual hunching forward kind of C shape and going back into the opposite. No, I know my other side is quite a bit tighter, so I'm moving into the other side. You can reach your leg straight up to come out, set it down. And then I'm going for the other side. So then your right leg straight up. So this is opening up through the chest. You know, we hunch forward, looking at our phones, computer, driving, dishes, social media, TikTok. And also as we sit, that space between, or your hip flexors, what brings your knee in towards your chest is always contracted. So this is opening. My body could use like a 5-minute version of this, but use your breath to kind of uptake as much as you can. Next few breaths. If you've done both sides, you can reach the leg straight up and out, or even start to lower down. You can lift up off the block. Lower real slow, everything with intention. So you're not flinging yourself, flopping yourself about. You're taking a lot of care. You can let your knees fall together. Yoga, it's only one thing, which it's about 1,000. It's taking care of yourself. So roll to one side, listening to yourself. Press yourself up gently again. And then coming into dolphin, forearms down. I'm just going to check on you guys. So forearms down and still with your knees down. Check out your arms. Make sure your elbows are underneath your shoulders. So if they're kind of splayed out, bring them a little closer. And then imagine that unlocking the shoulders move we did in the beginning, where you're pressing your elbows into towards something. Puff up your upper back there, Ellen. Yeah, upper back. So exhale, relax your neck, squeeze your elbows towards one another. And when I saw you do that, Ellen, it was a lot kind of mid-back. Try and get your breath into the back of the neck. Kind of that little triangle that your top has. Yeah, nice. And then squeeze the elbows together. Let your neck go. And then press the forearms down. And then curl your toes underneath, and you as well, Virginia, breath into the upper back. Yeah, Curling the toes underneath, Helen. You can take your feet farther apart. And then stack your booty as high as you can. So closer to your hands here. Yeah, nice, Charlotte. And then really press the forearms down. So you're really strong. Nice, Violet. Violet, lift your right hip a little bit. Kind of wiggle your hips a little. Go the other way. That way. Perfect. And then straighten them and just take a couple breaths. If you want to go for leg variations, you would reach a leg straight. And if you have a wall there, you can even take your foot back to the wall and press into the wall. So I was a little later to join. So you guys can take about 3 more breaths. So we go for about 10 slow, long ones each pose. When you're coming out of dolphin, you can start to lower your knees and even hover them a little bit above the mat. If you're still in dolphin, reaching the heels down. Lower down onto your knees when you're done. And sit back on your heels, embryo. And if you still have that block or the foam roller close, you can put it onto your heels. And then a little sigh if your forehead can reach down. Then massage out that place between the eyebrows. My knees don't allow an embryo unless I do have them lifted a little or have my butt lifted. Big breath, balloon breath into the upper back. Okay, so go ahead and roll up. So a couple wiggles here in either cat and cow or downward dog, and then downward dog, you're gonna do that wrap of the shoulders. So like we did already. So in your downward dog, you're not just reaching up, kind of plugging the ears with the arms, you're dragging the shoulders down and hollowing out the armpits, engaging the chest muscles. And wiggle out your hips or bend one knee and straighten the other one, reaching the heel down. You can, when you do those cat and cows, Virginia, let's get a bigger round in your low back. And yeah, a little more low back. And then look up at your hands. You can stroll up if you're in a cat and cow, however you would like to get up. Coming up to the top of your mat, reach your arms up. Roll out your wrists. Do a little side bending here before we move on. So just lean to one side. On the other side. And then come up to the top of your mat. Look down at your feet and have your ankles hips width distance and really active toes like monkey feet. So getting really active through the toes and staying really active will help to prevent knee, hip injuries, because then you're using all the muscles. When my body starts to hurt, it's when my muscles get weak. So inhale and swoop your arms up. Pull your belly in, bend your knees, and start to fold at the waist. And then step your left leg back and left knee down. You go very gently on your knees. And you can keep your hands down, dip in towards that front heel. And we'll go slow. Slow doesn't mean easy. And then a little lunge. You can walk your left hand to the top left corner of the mat and just feel the left hip drop down. And then back up your hips, half splits. So we're just going to stretch the hamstrings, come on the right heel, lengthen the ribs down the right leg. So imagine dragging the right heel back towards you as you lengthen forward over it. And then rebend the right knee. Take your hands down, swoop the right leg back for high plank. So you can curl the left toes underneath. Swoop. And then push the mat away from you. Push the floor away from you. And then lower your knees. Stack your elbows above the wrists. And as you lower, keep the elbows real tight into your body. Lower all the way down. And then wiggle out your hips a little. So this again is like that opposite of our life C shape. So come down onto your forearms for Sphinx pose. So even close your eyes, imagine like that regal. I always think cats as having very regal faces. So take an inhale and imagine your own face, very regal, so very royal, very proud. You can lift your elbows, drag the chest forward, and then exhale and reach your thighs back. And then lower down slowly, hands below the shoulders, curl the toes underneath and press back into downward dog. And left leg reaches straight back and up. If you have the wall, you can tap the wall. And then left leg forward, right knee down. And these lunges are like one-sided undoing of that C, right? Because we're opening up through the hips and even the chest. We're always in this shape. We're going opposite. Right hand to the top right corner of the mat for lounge lunge. And we are going to speed up a little bit. Some of us, the rest of you, feel free to go as slow as we did on this side. Reach your right hip down. And then back up your hips. Straighten the left knee. And always on your second side, just noticing the difference. Maybe this is your side with more ease. Or not, imagine pulling the heel back towards you and reaching the chest over the left leg. When it gets intense, you slow down your breath. Or you lions and then slow it down. And then rebend the knee, hands down, swoop your left leg back again, high plank. Push the mat away from you. And then lower the knees, stack your elbows above the wrists, pull your shoulders away from the ears, and then Uddiyana. Exhale all the air out, pull your belly in and up. Lower down. And come down on your forearms again. So I said this last week, we're going to think about contracting the back muscles. Contracting gets smaller. All of the back muscles run, or the ones we're talking about here, the spine muscles run straight down. So when you contract them, they get smaller. So think about contracting just like we do in abs. Contract to get smaller in your spine. A little bit more like when you lay down on your back before abs and we're feeling different parts of your spine. You can lift your elbows. And then take a breath into the front of the body. And then exhale, drag your chest forward as you lower. Hands below the shoulders, curl the toes underneath. Press back, downward dog. And then look up at your hands, walk up to your hands. Inhale, come up. So we're going to speed up a little bit. Arms up. Pull the belly in and fold forward. Right leg back, right knee down. Now take your arms up. So if you want to take it a little bit more chill, stay longer, otherwise dip in towards the left heel. Nice. Hands down, step back, high plank. You can stay on your knees the whole time as you're in your high plank lowering. Inhale, low cobra. Lengthen and lower. Press back, downward dog. Right leg comes up, left knee down. Dip in towards your heel. Exhale, the hands down. Back foot steps up. Forward fold. Inhale, swoop your arms up. Pull the belly in, fold right back in. Left leg back, left knee down. And dip in towards the front heel. Press the right heel down. And then hands down, right foot steps back. Lower the knees, lower the chest. Low cobra. Drag the ribs forward, press back, downward dog. Left leg forward, right knee down. Come up. Press the left heel down. Exhale, hands down, right foot steps up. You can stay there, Helen. Inhale, swoop your arms up. Pull the belly in and fold. Right leg back, right knee down. And back up your hips. And take your left foot a little closer so you've got 90 degrees now. And take your hand on that left hip. Reach the left hip down. We're going to twist. And before we twist, get a little spaciousness through that left hip. So hands on the left thigh. Inhale. And exhale. Take your left foot. Exhale, drag your thigh out. And Violet, try taking your left foot more to the left. A little more stable. And then inhale. Do that again, dragging the thigh forward like abs. Exhale. And then reach your right arm up. And exhale, twist towards left thigh so the back of the arm can be on the outer part of the thigh, bottom hand to fist. Right ear, right shoulder. So go real nice. Slow down your breath to steady yourself. If you're a little bit wibbly wobbly, you can also use your eyes and find a place that's not gaze to steady you. More advanced, you'd close your eyes. Woo, and use your core. Pull your belly back. Right ear, right shoulder. Drag these shoulders out of the ears. Okay, look down at your left foot. You can grab your block for half moon. Curl the right toes underneath. And then reach the right leg straight back. And then half moon, you stack the right hip on the left, flex the right foot. And reach your right arm up. You can use that gaze again, long, slow, steady breath. Use the left inner thigh. Press it nice, Charlotte, into an imaginary block. How that little press of the inner thigh helps stack the hip. And then right hand down, standing splits. And if you'd like to practice balance, take a hand, one hand at a time. Tap. And maybe one hand will feel a little bit easier, so then you can go to that harder one. Push your foot into the floor, like lift up out of that foot, even left hip. And then bend the left knee, set the right foot back about 2.5 feet. for pyramid, or taller folks, maybe 3 feet. And I like the block in between my legs, like sort of mid mat here for that reach forward of my ribs. Maybe you want it just on one side. So pyramid, left knee is straight. Spiral right inner thigh back and reach the chest forward. That's hot yoga in my ear. Okay, we're gonna twist here. So if you have the block, now move it to the right, maybe even off your mat. Left hand on that left hip crease, you can stay here just with a spiral open, or you can reach your left arm up. 2 breaths. Reach the ribs forward. And then come out of the pose, bend the left knee, hands down, step back, high plank. Lower all the way down to your belly. And inhale, low cobra. Exhale, lower down. And press back, downward dog. Right leg reaches straight back and up. And then right leg forward, left knee down. And starting just with a lunge. And then back up your hips. If this is maybe your first yoga class, you can peek back at that foot. Make sure the foot is in a straight line with the knee. And then back up, so 90 degrees, hands on the right thigh. So here's one Helen to open up through that front of the hip. So on an exhale, you're dragging the right thigh forward and curling pubic bone to navel. One more time. Curling pubic bone to navel, drag. Right hip reaches down. And then you can take your right hand to that right hip, reach right hip down. And then left arm comes up. Exhale, twist towards the thigh. So back of the arm on the outer part of the thigh, bottom hand to fist. You can find a spot to gaze at, or for balance, also you can take your right foot more to the right. Feel your belly pull back. Every exhale. And so if you're quite young, you don't need to twist as much as you can, more pull the belly back and kind of strengthen everything. Because you tend to be more flexible when you're younger. So you don't need the stretch as much as the strength. And then look down at your right foot, release, curl left toes. You're gonna come into half moon. Left leg reaches straight back. And then flex the left foot. Like you're pressing into the wall behind you. Reach your left arm up. Think about lengthening the ribs away from the hips as you press the left foot back. Imaginary block in between right inner thigh. See how that helps to stack the hip. That looks good. You can do that, Violet. Nice. And then lower your left hand down, reach your left leg straight up now for standing splits. Ooh, I got a little shake going in my right quad. which tells me that I need to do more. Going for balance, you can take your hand to the back of the calf. Maybe one hand at a time to see, and then do your most challenging side. Bend the right knee, set the left foot back, straighten the right knee for pyramid. So again, I like the block kind of in the middle of the mat, the tall way, and I use both hands on it. Maybe you want your hand, if you don't have a block, hand on the right shin, or left hand block, right hand shin. So however it works for you, that you can still breathe. Reach the ribs forward. And then imagine a block in between the thighs. Get a little squeeze of inner thighs towards one another. And then for the twist, or just a little spiral, move your left hand to the left, maybe block even off the mat. Right hand can start on the right hip crease and just spiral open to the right. You can also widen your stance. Right arm up. Go for 2 more slow breaths. Look down at your mat, bend the right knee, hands down. Step back into a down dog before plank. And then shift your weight forward. Lower knees every time. We're going to do half floor bows. So that's reaching for your back foot or ankle. So if you're pretty tight in the quads today, you can just grab the top of the foot and pull that towards you, even letting your head rest down. Or you're grabbing a hold of the ankle, flexing the foot, kicking the foot back to reach the chest or to lift the chest. And arms forward like in a low cobra. Start with your right foot. So right hand, right foot. Hot yoga. With the hand reaching forward, drag your ribs forward. And then release down and wiggle your hips a little right and left. And then switch sides. You're either grabbing the foot or the ankle. Maybe it's different on this side. I have one side that's super tight. Lengthening the thigh back. And then imagine reaching the opposite, or not opposite, but the same side ribs forward. Meaning reaching forward with the ribs, reaching back with the thigh. Lions. And then release the foot, wiggle your hips a little right and left. And then another little sacral release thing, you can bend your knees so that your feet are reaching up towards the ceiling. And then just crisscross your ankles. Go one way and then feel for lightness. No like holding belly or anything. And then legs down. And drag your ribs forward, come into a cobra. And then lower your chest, press back onto your knees for a camel. So we don't often do camel. If you've got a block, you can use it. If you've got a wall, you can use it. I have 2 mats. I have double mats. You can even double up your mats even more. So lots of different ways to do camel. Against the wall, press your hips in towards the wall, or just with a block in between the thighs. So what I notice when I see my camel on screen is that my hips are kind of back. So I want to bring my hips forward, so you can use a wall, pressing into a wall. Hands can be on the low back, and then lift the ribs. And then squeeze the block if you have it, press your hips forward. Lift the ribs. Bring your torso forward. So we're going to do a second round of that. And Helen, we have done it. You can grab a piece of fabric, put it behind the neck, support the neck. You don't have a great, but here, even with a t-shirt. We're going to go a little deeper if you'd like. So a t-shirt behind the head and the neck. Or what we usually do is, like, you know, with your yoga towel, strap it forward. So we're going to do another one. You can also curl the toes underneath and reach for your back heels. So I notice when I do this, my hips aren't pressing forward. So I don't always do it. Lift your ribs out of the low back, curl pubic bone and navel. Okay. Press back, downward dog. We're going to come back on the belly. But downward dog first. Working out a little bit of reaching a leg back. Set it down, opposite leg. And then widen your stance in your downward dog. Sway of the hips. And then shift forward, high plank. Lower your knees, lower your belly. So our apex here, you can do a full floor bow, grabbing both ankles. So I'm going to show you that. You could also lay over the roll for 5 breaths. You could come into just a cobra or grab your tighter foot. So a full floor bow, you reach for your tighter side first. And then you come into that half version where you're actually kicking back. And then go for your other foot. And then breathe. A couple different variations of this. We're doing the one where you grab your ankles. You can also grab your feet, top of the feet, and just kick into your hands. It's a little bit more mellow, but opposite C. And then release out of it. And just kind of rock your hips, wiggle a little bit right and left. And then press back, downward dog. Right leg straight back and up. Right leg forward for warrior 2. Arms out to the side. And then cross your left arm over your right for eagle arms. Just going to angle mine, check the time. Angle my camera. Eagle arms, left over right. You got a couple options here. When it hurts or if it hurts, let go. Or you're going to look towards right thigh. Fold forward. You can let the right side of your belly rest on the right thigh. Or peel towards the center. Let your back go. If your hand can touch down, let it touch down. Or move a block there. And then release your grip. Pivot your right foot to the left for a wide leg forward fold. Round your spine. You can wiggle your hips. Take your left hand, if you have the block, you can stack left hand on the left block, fingertips point to the right. And then tabletop your spine. And that same thing like we did before, you can just keep your right thumb on right hip crease and start a spiral open or reach your right arm up. I like right hand on low back sometimes to press the low back back. Yeah, nice, Virginia. Let your neck go, active feet. And then inhale. Right hand comes down and reaches all the way for the left outer calf for a flank stretch. So flank your ribs, right ribs reach to the right. So you're not pulling yourself to the left. You're holding on to the left while pulling yourself to the right. Head relaxed. It can be resting on the arms. So press your left ribs to the right. And then release. Pivot everything to the front of the mat. Left knee down. Main Coon. Walk your right foot to the right. Arms on the inside. You can come down on the forearms. And to up level, you can curl the left toes underneath. That's just my timer to know where we're at, but we're fine. So you can curl the left toes underneath. Runner's lunge with that back. Knee lifted. If you want to go a little deeper, you can come into that modified scissors where you take your right arm, maybe this is just for one of you, right arm underneath the right thigh, and then walk your right toes to the right. Extend through the leg. There's my leg. Okay, come on out of it. Downward dog. We'll go right into the other side. Left leg straight back and up. Left leg forward for warrior two. Arms out to the side. I'm not entirely sure which side, so cross and eagle. Right over left. Left over right. I don't know, you might be opposite. I thought I said what I see. Okay, just do the opposite. It doesn't matter that much. According to my camera, that looks like right over left. You guys are fine. We did it on the other side. Curl pubic bone and navel. Lift the ribs. And then look towards your left thigh. Start to fold forward. You can let the left side of your body rest on the left thigh, or use a block and peel towards center. And then get a big breath into that left hip. Release the arms. Pivot the left foot to the right. Tabletop your spine. You can wiggle out your hips a little. You're going to pull into an Uddiyana before the twist. Even tabletop up on your fingertips. Exhale, Uddiyana, active feet. And then right hand stacked underneath the right shoulder. Fingertips point to the left. And then reach the chest forward, shoulder back. Left hand can be on left hip. Spiral open to the left. Reach your left arm up. Close your eyes and fill up where you feel pinchy, where you feel stuck. Soften the jaw. Take your left hand down and reach for your right outer calf for flank stretch. Reach your ribs to the left. Even think of pressing the right ribs to the left ribs. And then release, pivot. Right knee down, Main Coon. So hands on the inside of that left foot walks to the top corner of the mat. I'm gonna angle my camera again. So Main Coon, you can take your forearms onto a block or onto the floor. You can curl the back toes underneath. So it's like a runner's lunge. Reach the chest forward. A little modified scissors. Left arm goes underneath the left leg, so the left tricep and hamstring are in contact, and then reach the left leg forward. It's like scissors, but modified with the toes down and the right forearm down. And wherever you're at, come on out of it. Last downward dog. If you want to come forward into high plank, lower all the way down, do another vinyasa. And going through those stages, like the lunges or just pressing back, downward dog. And lower your knees. Work your way onto your back. Squeezing your knees in towards your chest. Before we do a little figure four, we're going to do one more round of abs, which is now for going back. Like if we were undoing that C and going back, now we want to go straight. So we want to contract the front a little bit. We're going to do star spiral pulse. You can keep your head down or clasp your hands behind the head and the neck. If your head's down, you can keep your hands on the thighs or on the hips. And inhale, curl head and shoulders up if you're doing it. Hold the breath, press low back down, exhale, right leg straight up. Reach up with the right heel. And then inhale again. Pigeon toe the whole thigh. So spiral in, toes in, heel out, pulse up. 3 times. Pulse, pull belly down. Pulse. So I'm not lifting my whole hip, trying to reach up with the thigh. And then unspiral, bend the right knee, inhale. Hold the breath, press low back down, exhale, left leg up. And spiral and pulse. And you can use your hand on the hip or hand on the thigh. 3 pulses. And then bend the left knee. We'll do 1 more each side. Inhale. Hold the breath. You can lower your head if you'd like. Right leg straight up. Press the left foot forward an inch. Press low back down. Inhale again. And then spiral and pulse. If your head's down, use your hands. Make space in that hip. Bend the right knee, inhale. Hold the breath, press low back down, exhale, left leg up. And then the next exhale, spiral and pulse. Right foot another inch forward. And then bend both knees in towards armpits. So figure 4. You can start with your feet down. Maybe, Charlotte, it might feel good for a little traction. And if you've got your block close, you can take your block in between the thighs, hands on tops of the thighs. Press your hands into the tops, heels of the palm, into the hip crease. Squeeze the block and then release the block. So you can play with that for a little low back release. Before, figure 4, right leg crossed over the left. And then lift the left foot off the mat. Now, as you change the distance of that left heel, you change the position of the sacrum. So you change which muscles you're stretching in the right hip. If you want to get more into your breath and the subtleties there, close your eyes. Move your heel farther away from the boot. Not all the way straight, but almost straight. If there's like a little range where you can feel the sacrum move. Or maybe the sacrum feels really stuck, so you just want to focus on releasing. Those would be those letting go breaths. For about 2 more. Set your feet down. Cross your right leg over your left. And then lift your hips. So you're going to press down through that left foot and shift your hips about an inch to the right. Fall to the left. Sometimes I like to use my hands to help the knees go slow, or you can use a block so that they don't come down all the way. Or let them come down. Your right shoulder can stay down and you can go for this sort of spiral twist here through the ribs, or you can reach your right arm up, even wrap it around your head. Now, when you come out of this, and I'm not saying to do it yet, but undo your legs first. So undo the cross of the legs, bring one up at a time, one knee up at a time. Adjust your hips, your body. And then left leg crossed over the right. Grabbing a hold of right thigh. And then playing with the distance of that right heel away from the right sit bone. Going for about 10 breaths total. And reach that left thigh a little out and away from you. When you're done, setting the right foot down, crossing the left all the way over, so cross-legged. And then press down through the right foot, shift your hips to the left an inch. Knees fall to the right. Use your hand again. Judging on this side where the best use of that hand is. Maybe it's up, head. This is my tighter side, and that was quite apparent. And in this, reaching the left arm out through the left side, I start to shorten my breath. Violet, you can just lay all the way down too. Now maybe going for a deeper spiral twist. Then do your legs to come out. And squeezing both knees in towards your chest. We're just going to do something. You can adjust the hips with both feet doing the same thing now. And squeeze both knees in towards your chest. And then take the knees wide. Stack the feet above the knees for happy baby. Pressing, reaching the hips down, spine down. You can also take the soles of the feet together, but keep the feet high so the feet are above the chest, and then press the feet towards the ceiling. So happy baby, you're pulling down, almost reclined, kind of, it's almost like reclined pigeon with both feet. Press the feet up. What else do you need? Maybe feeling your spine press down. If you want to come into Shavasana, Helen, you can take the roll under your knees. Legs on the wall. That's a really good one for low back. Charlotte, if you can throw it in. I know your schedule 3 minutes a day. End of the day would be great, or middle of the work day. You can pull 3 minutes aside. And maybe you can feel, Charlotte, like, and maybe tell me next time I see you, like, can you tell which side is tighter? So pain in your low back can be butt muscles, one pulling harder than the other. So it kind of drags the sacrum to the side. Yeah. So then you might want to, in that 3 minutes, start. You don't always have to do both sides, and just sigh here. Hopefully my speaker has some battery. We can put on our song. We made it. Hot yoga for me. Couple sighs. Nice. First class. You made it the whole class. Yay. So just notice now how much more you can feel your body. Maybe you can even feel the vibration of every heartbeat. Can you feel that your whole body vibrates? Your whole body. Because your blood moves into the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes. So that means the heartbeat is reaching the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes.
Battery low. Please charge now. Connected to what truly matters.
Re-dog. You can also slide your feet down. Yeah, you're good. Nice. That which is sacred in me honors that which is sacred in each of you. Namaste. That's what that word means, is what's light in me honors that which is light in you. See how slow and still you can feel here. I'm lighting some sage. When you're ready, you could sit up. Just sit in a crisscross applesauce and close your eyes, and then you're done. You can let your mom stay longer. You can just be a new person. Yeah, nice, thank you. Nice, Ellen. Yeah, Violet, you don't have to stay. You can roll to one side and press yourself up. Sit up. And then go about your day. Yeah. Maybe go try and flag that pole, or go try your handstand against the wall. See how much stronger you feel. There you go. Exhale, kick back. Exhale, kick back. Squeeze your ankles together, thighs together. Stay off your head. Press down through the forearms. Nice. All right.